Hi there. It's October the 26th, and we are continuing with our progress through the book of Jeremiah, his prophecies. In Hebrew, he's known as Yirmiyahu, meaning the Lord appoints or the Lord establishes. And we're beginning at chapter 49 and verse 23 and going through to the end of the long chapter 50. In 49:23, Jeremiah is continuing the words against the various nations that are going to be affected by the onslaught of the Babylonian Empire, which is coming down from the north. And the first nation that Jeremiah speaks to is Damascus, the nation of Syria, to the northeast of Judah, and particularly to the capital, in Hebrew, Damascus. We know it as Damascus. And Damascus, despite its strong fortress, which had been built by King Ben-Hadad, and it's going to be in panic. It's going to be on the run from Babylon. It's going to suffer the same fate that Jerusalem suffered. And then Jeremiah turns to the people of Qedar. Now, Qedar seem to be a nomad group. They have a city in Hatzor, but they tend to seem to be a people who are not building a lot of cities. They are nomads, they live in tents, but these are also going to be overwhelmed by the Babylonians coming. And then there's a word to the kingdom of Elam, which is a bit further away. It's down on the Persian Gulf. But the prophet says that the Lord is going to break the bow of Elam, and they're going to be scattered to the winds and wiped off the map. There's not going to be anything left of them. However, at the end of chapter 49, there is a promise, again, as with other nations earlier, there's a promise that there will be restoration, that the Lord will restore them. And then chapter 50, Jeremiah turns his attention now to the nation who itself is coming and attacking and overwhelming. He turns to Babylon itself. And he speaks a word of judgment to Babylon, saying, even though you're doing all this to the nations, you are actually going to be judged. And the main reason is because of your idolatry, because of your gods Baal and Merodach, that are going to be shattered and broken. Babylon will also fall. But not only this, as part of Babylon's fall, Israel is going to be restored. And it says that Israel will come, they'll be released from Babylon, and they will seek the way to Zion. It says they will look for the road back. And they will also seek for a permanent covenant, a covenant which is established with God, which will not be broken. And obviously, Jeremiah has already spoken back in chapter 31 about the new covenant that God is going to establish. But they have been broken. Israel has been broken because people have said we can mistreat them because they are under judgment of their God anyway. But God is going to turn the tables and he's going to bring them back. And instead, Babylon itself will become the prey, and Babylon's destruction will be awesome. People will be talking about it across the earth. And the Lord is going to repay Babylon for its treatment of Israel. And crushed Israel will be restored, and Zion will escape from Babylon to tell the tale. There's a tremendous promise. Again, this theme that God is set to restore what has been lost. And the thing to note from verse 33 onwards is that God is going to restore Israel and Judah together. It's not going to be just Judah restored, but there's also, he's speaking about the land of Israel coming back. And he says their Redeemer is strong. He is able to rescue them. He is able to put things back to rights. He's able to fight for them. The idolatry that has brought down Babylon will actually give the opportunity for Israel to be restored. And it also says that when Babylon is brought down, she will never be lived in again. This is because a people from the north, again it's from the north it's coming, and the people from the north are coming like a roaring sea. And this is, Jeremiah is referring to the onslaught of the Medians and the Persians who will come, particularly led by Cyrus, who is coming down from Media, and they will overwhelm Babylon, and it will be its downfall, and the earth will shake at the fall of Babylon. It will be awesome, seen as awesome among the nations. Babylon is, of course, the picture of man organizing himself apart from God. the last book of the scriptures, Revelation, in the New Testament, refers to the collapse of the human organization without God as being Babylon. It calls it Babylon. And so it becomes this great symbol. Also, Babel or Babel is talked about way back in Genesis. Wherever man organizes himself apart from God, without involving God, it's doomed to failure. It's doomed to a dead end. And God is just wanting to bring his kingdom in. God is saying, my kingdom is a kingdom of peace. When man organizes himself apart from me, apart from his maker and creator, he loses his sense of purpose. He loses his sense of destiny. May we be praying for God's kingdom to come and for the full humanity and destiny of man to be restored, as God will bring one day his kingdom to earth through Jesus Messiah. Have a very good October 26th.